All right, let's move right along. Elon Musk versus Media Matters. Political reports, Musk sues Media Matters as advertising exodus continues. So advertisers fled Twitter after Elon Musk was accused of making an approving comments on an anti-Semitic post. And Media Matters piled on by basically accusing Twitter of running ads on Nazi or Nazi-adjacent posts. So Elon Musk on Monday made good on his promise to sue Media Matters, filing a federal lawsuit that accuses the left-leaning watchdog group and one of its reporters of doctoring images in an article that showed ads for major corporations next to posts depicting hate speech on X, Musk's social media platform, formerly known as Twitter. You know, we know how many articles are going to mention X, formerly known as Twitter. All right, yes, we all get it by now. In a complaint filed in a Texas federal court, lawyers for X argued that Media Matters knowingly and maliciously manufactured side-by-side images depicting advertisers' posts on X. The lawsuit alleges that the images and the media promotion of that research were done with the intention to drive advertisers from the platform and destroy X, citing a blatant smear campaign against the company over the last year. The lawsuit on Monday comes as Musk and X, facing specific allegations that they endorsed and promoted anti-Semitic content on the platform, tried to quell a recent exodus of advertisers. The complaint contends that an internal investigation found that Media Matters used accounts for its research that bypassed X's ad filter for new users and followed only accounts known to produce extreme fringe content and, quote, accounts owned by X's big-name advertisers. The complaint further alleges that Media Matters, quote, resorted to endlessly scrolling and refreshing its unrepresentative hand-selected feed until it finally received pages containing the result it wanted, controversial content next to X's largest advertisers' paid posts. So basically, they are accusing Media Matters of sort of rigging the algorithm, only following extremist accounts in the hopes that after repeated refreshings, an ad would show up next to a highly offensive post. Shortly after Musk filed his lawsuit, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who has in the past aligned himself with the tech mogul, announced that his office would open a probe into potential fraudulent activity by Media Matters. In a statement after the lawsuit, Caruso said that this is a frivolous lawsuit meant to bully X's critics into silence. Media Matters stands behind its reporting and looks forward to winning in court. Musk, the richest person in the world and the owner of Tesla and SpaceX, pledged over the weekend to file a thermonuclear lawsuit against Media Matters, a self-described progressive research and information center that says it monitors conservative disinformation in response to the advertising boycott on X. Okay, so here's an example of what they're saying. I found a graphic with the grayed out Nazi posts, since I don't know if we're allowed to show Nazi posts or not. We'll err on the side of not showing Nazi posts. Always seems to be the safe move around here in East Berlin. But where the gray box is a Nazi sympathizing post. And then right under it, you see Apple trying to sell their new iBike or whatever. And then under the next Nazi post, you see the ad for the Xfinity Roku TV. So that's what we're talking about. Media Matters is saying, aha, look, Twitter is selling ad space on extremist content. That's what they're saying. Now, the guy behind Media Matters, just a side note, is David Brock. David Brock is the lowlife of all lowlifes. This is a piece that he came out with, or he made a remark that was commented on widely in the media. January 21st, 2016, Black Lives Don't Matter to Bernie Sanders. This is in response to that first real viral TV ad that Bernie came out with, the Simon and Garfunkel song of the rally crowds in Iowa and New Hampshire, very, very white states, so a lot of white people. And this Hillary Clinton attack dog piece of garbage decided, I'm going to use the fact that there were a bunch of white people in this ad to say that Black lives don't matter to Bernie Sanders, who was getting arrested protesting segregation while Hillary Clinton identified as a Goldwater girl. So this is the level of lowlifery that this guy is capable of. And this is partly why a lot of people are tending to, if not take these claims at face value. Matt Taibbi wrote a good article about this saying, hey, we don't know that they did this yet, but given Media Matters, given that David Brock is, like I said, the lowlife of all lowlifes, It's certainly possible, to the point where a lot of people are backing Elon on this. Here's Chris Pavlovsky, CEO of Rumble. When I said the cavalry is coming, I was not joking. In the coming days, we are going thermonuclear as well. Everyone is about to witness the greatest pushback against the censorship regime. The people's support for all organizations in this mission is critical. Seth Dillon, who's, I guess, I don't know what his title is. Babylon B. Yeah, I don't know what his official title is, but he's the creative force, I guess, behind the Babylon Bee. They attack Musk because they hate freedom, and they hate freedom because it threatens their power to control the narrative. It really is that simple. As others are pulling their ad spend to punish Musk for the crime of letting free people speak, the Bee is committing to spending more. Today, I'm pledging $250,000 toward a new ad campaign on X. It's not a lot compared to the budgets of the anti-speech bullies, but it's something, and hopefully, it will be multiplied by others who join us. Tim Pool is kicking in $250,000 toward Twitter ad buys on X over the next few months as well. And look at this, big money baller Andrew Tate. I guess he still got some money left in the bank despite his
I was very
problems.
Surprised. Yeah, man.
I will advertise X on X. I will literally promote your own platform on this platform for $1 million a month. You don't need other advertisers. Simply let me know where to pay Elon Musk. So a certain cavalry definitely rushed to his defense. Now, there's a piece of video I want to play.
In a snowy cabin, Elon Musk could be heard screaming, "Oh, see! Gosh darn it, they like me!
They like me!"
Attaboy, Clarence!
Well, here's a video of Michael Schellenberger appearing on Fox News, testifying, I guess you could say, that he actually ran the very experiments that Elon Musk is accusing Media Matters of. And here he is saying that, yeah, we tried to game the algorithm the same way, and we did not see any ads next to the extremist post. So here he is explaining this.
Hey, Jesse, good to be with you. I mean, it sounds shocking. It sounds like if you're on X, formerly known as Twitter, that you are being served up neo-Nazi content and that it's all being tied together with these big brands. Well, as you pointed out, they created fake accounts to follow neo-Nazis, and then they say that they got those ads served. Well, we did the same thing, as any journalist should have done as soon as they heard about this. We created fake accounts. We followed the exact same pro-Nazi accounts that Media Matters names, and we couldn't get any ads. We refreshed constantly. We went into the actual content itself. We then went and followed three times more pro-Nazi accounts. Same thing. We couldn't get any ads served up to us. So first of all, we were not able to replicate Media Matters. We asked Media Matters to respond, to explain how they gamed the system to be shown the ads after having already followed pro-Nazi content. We didn't hear back from them. I think that tells you that what's going on here, there's more than meets the eye, I would say.
All right. So my general take on this is very quick, and then I'll toss to you. I'm pretty much where Taibbi is. He wrote a post on this saying, could be true, could not be true, but given the people in question, you have to take these accusations very seriously, because if there is anyone who would sink to such a low as to do this, it's David Brock. Right. He is as dirty as it gets. And so it's possible they're onto something. And now, look, we've been talking about how a lot of these right-wing free speech populist types are hypocrites when it comes to Israel-Palestine. I stand by that 100%. This is a perfect example of, for the time being at least, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's it. And it's unfortunate that you don't have people like the ACLU joining this suit, because back in the day, they would have been leading the charge. You have to turn to these people who you might not like in other areas, although I will say Babylon Bee has become funnier than The Onion at this point. I don't know if that's a comment on how funny they are, how easy to mock the liberal class has become.
Although, to be fair, The Onion has gotten their mojo back a little bit on the Israel-Palestine stuff. They've put out some good stuff on that.
Here and there.
Joe Biden worries a ceasefire would only benefit humanity. That was one of their headlines.
Okay, but the Onion, I think too much of their writing staff is drawn from the liberal class to ever write the headline, investigation uncovers that NPR is all one white woman in New Hampshire doing all the voices.
Yeah, sure.
They're never going to write that headline. So Yeah, and if you have used Twitter post Linda Yaccarino taking over as CEO, look, man, I called Richie Torres a whore. I think like 24 people saw that tweet.
Right.
Anytime I put up something that's on the line, it is suppressed. If I put up anything about gender, it gets suppressed. So it's hard for me to imagine that Schellenberger isn't right about this, based on my own experience using the platform, that they're just slapping Nazi ads next to Apple. It just doesn't add up.
Apple ads next to Nazi posts. Right, that's what you mean.
Right.
Nazi ads next to ads.
Well,
They allow Nazis to advertise.
they take the Nazi ads, they just don't give them reach.
Your first month
Freedom of
Stormfront
speech
is free with coupon code Elon. Sign up today.
Yes, reverse that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if the algo, if however they're doing it is finally attuned enough that all I have to do is call Richie Torres a whore to get my tweet suppressed, how could they not be and I have like 2,000 followers. And at that time, I think I had like 1,200. So how could their algorithm be placing Nazi ads next to their biggest advertisers? It just doesn't track.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. And, Schellenberger is another one of these guys whose work I respect quite a bit of it. But they ran on his publication right after the Israel war started. They ran a piece with the headline, "Why do so many on the left love terrorists?" You know what I mean? So I was like, oh God, like don't you guys see how this is weaponized against you? And look, this cuts both ways, because a lot of the left has embraced censorship, and we've warned against that, because we'll say it's going to turn on you during a big moment, as it has in this big moment. But then when it turns on them, the right-wingers don't see the irony. That same irony is just all of a sudden out the window.
Please clap.